Welcome back to the Boot Tragedies. The Pelicans were shorthanded last night against the Indiana Pacers, and yet they somehow come out with a big W against the Pacers, 113-93, winning by 20 points. It was all hands on deck. Well, I say all hands. It wasn't that many hands to play. The Pelicans obviously were out Brandon Ingram. He's still dealing with an injury. But then Zion Williamson, I guess he had COVID, so he's in protocols. He was cleared to play, but conditioning, I guess they're going to give him a couple days to get over that. Also, you got Herb Jones, who entered protocols as well. Then you had Dyson Daniels, who also did not play due to injury/illness. So, the Pelicans were shorthanded, but everyone that played, they contributed. Everybody played well, man. Starting with Najee Marshall, we just go down this stat sheet. He played 29 minutes, 8 for 14 from the field, 4 for 9 from the three-point line, 22.6 rebounds, 4 assists, was a plus 22 when he was on the court. Absolutely fantastic game by him. Jonas Valanciunas, 29 minutes, 10 for 18, 12 rebounds, 5 assists, 20 points. Great game from him. Jackson Hayes, another good game from Jackson Hayes, who hasn't got to play a lot this year, but when he has played, he's looked good. 31 minutes, 5 for 7 from the field, 5 for 6 from the free throw line, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 15 points. Jose Alvarado obviously brought the defensive end. Couldn't really find his shot last night. Was 1 for 8 from the three-point line, still finished with 8 points. 3 assists, 4 rebounds, and 3 steals. CJ McCollum also shot was, on and off with 5 for 14, 3 for 7 from 3, 19.7 rebounds, 6 assists. And the bench came in, and the bench played well as well. Larry Nance was a plus 25 in 19 minutes, man. 4 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. Devontae Graham actually was the highest on the team with a plus 31 when he was on the court. 3 for 8, 3 for 7 from the three-point line, 11 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds. Another guy that hasn't played a lot, but when he got his chance, he played well. Kyle Lewis Jr., man, I've been waiting to see him. Was a quick guard coming out of college, tore his ACL. Can't really crack the rotation just because we have so many good guards on this team, so many good players on this team. I think, honestly, the Pelicans are 12 deep, with their roster, 12, 13 deep with their roster. So it's going to be hard for him to ever get minutes. But he played 17 minutes, man, 7 points, 1 assist, 1 rebound, 3 for 7 from the field, 1 for 2 from the three-point line. And that was a big win for the Pelicans, man. Pelicans are 21-12. They're 14-4 at home. They're playing absolutely fantastic. To win the game without, 2 of your best players, not even 2 of your best players, your best 2 players against a Pacers team who was 17-16 at the time, that's pretty big. Showing that you can play without Zion, play without Brandon Ingram, that you're not dependent on those guys. Obviously, you want those guys back and you want those guys playing, but to show that you're not dependent on those guys, you can go out and win some games, without him. That puts the Pelicans at number 2 in the West right now, only behind Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets are 21-11, the Pelicans are 21-12, so only a half game back, a half game up in front of Memphis Grizzlies, who's 20-12. Then you got the Clippers, Suns, Kings, Mavs, Portland to round out that top 8. And then I know we've all heard the Anthony Davis news already. Obviously, the Pelicans have that pick swap with the Lakers. The Lakers are 13-20 right now on a 4-game losing streak. It's going to be tough for them to win games without Anthony Davis. He's going to be out for at least a couple more weeks. He's going to be reevaluated. Maybe a couple months. He's going to be out. If that's the case, the Lakers won't make the playoffs. It's just no chance for them to make the playoffs. They just don't have a good enough roster, and their best player is going to be out. They're sitting at the 13 seed right now. You have to get in the top 10 to get the play-in game, and then you have to win 2 play-in games if you're, a bottom 9 or 10 seed. So, and they're going to be trying to pass up Oklahoma City, which they'll probably pass. Minnesota probably won't pass them. Golden State probably won't pass them. Utah, Portland, and Dallas. They have a tough hill to climb. So we'll get to that, a little later in the season. But Pelicans are rolling. They, started their win streak back. They were on a win streak at first. They lost it, but now they're on a 3-game win streak. They lost 4 in a row. They lost to the Jazz twice. They lost to the Suns, and they lost to the Bucks. So, they were on a 4-game losing streak. Now they're on a 3-game win streak. They're very, very streaky right now. So, the Pels looking to back to keep this win streak going. They play the Timberwolves tomorrow. That's going to be a good game. They got some good talent out there. They'll be without Karl Anthony Towns, so a very, very winnable game. But the Pels are rolling. The Pels roll. I know it's weird right now, them being the best team in New Orleans, them holding it down. Every game is winnable for them. I think the sky is the limit. They can get to the Western Conference Finals this year. I think that should be the goal, and if you get there, anything can happen. Anything can happen. Hopefully they start getting those guys back. Herb Jones comes back, Dyson Daniels, Zion Williamson, and Brandon Ingram. That's 4 guys that have started and played, valuable minutes and a lot of minutes for the Pelicans this year. But the team's looking good, man. They're coaching well. Still some, I can nitpick some things, but anybody can do that. Anybody can nitpick some things, with coaching and rotations and things like that. But, man, if you're winning, If you're winning, things will take care of itself. We had, I won't say 3 easy games, but the Spurs, Thunder, and Pacers on this win streak, 3 winnable games, and they won them all. They win them all, so that's very, very good. And they're just going to keep rolling. I won't stretch this out too much longer, man, but the Pels are rolling. Number 2 in the West. Can get to number 1 in the West with, a game here or there. But number 2 in the West, you can't complain. Coming into the season, I thought they could be a top 4 seed. Right now, they're living up to that, but it's a long way to go. A long way to go. Only 33 games played so far, so it's almost 50 games remaining. It's a long way to go. But right now, they're playing great. Let me know what y'all think about the Pelicans in the comments below. And as always, this is DaBoot Tragedies, and I'm out.